What is going on, guys? Jeff here, Mad Hatter's Reef, and we got a brand new video for you today. We're going to be taking a look at the Aquatic Life Hybrid T5 fixture, which allows you to use a number of different LED lights. So let's take a look. All right, so we now have the Aquatic Life T5 HDO Hybrid fixture out of the package. We have our Kessel inserts, and we also have the brackets that allow you to attach a number of different other types of LED lights to this fixture. Now, the beautiful part about this fixture is you are mending possibly the two best types of lighting together in one house and having that over your tank. Now, specifically when it comes to the Kessels, which is what I'm going to be using with this fixture. The beautiful part about Kessels is that you can't mess with the spectrum. They're not like other LEDs where you can mess with your greens, your reds, your violets, your ultraviolets. It's really a light that is kind of foolproof for people that are kind of new to the hobby or don't really want to get into that level of detail when it comes to adjusting the spectrum. And it's also a safeguard, because if you're making adjustments on your spectrum of your lighting, you are potentially having a negative impact or positive impact on your corals, and ultimately that can really lead to some problems. And for me, I kind of just want to have a set it and forget it deal with this light, because it is going to be going over the frag tank and hopefully helping out with the coloration. Because one of the downsides of Kessels, or the complaints that have been made about Kessel, is that they are very dimly lit. Now, T5 is a very balanced and well broadcasted light. Now, I'm not even sure if that's a term or not, but it's a very broad light that really just eliminates shadows, and that is the benefit of mixing or creating a hybrid relationship between LEDs and T5. It's been a long time coming, but definitely ready to get it up and going. And one of the biggest improvements overall that Aquatic Life did with this fixture is when it first came out, you basically had this plate right here, and then attached to the end of the light. You had some cable management, cordage stuff going on there that you would screw into this, and it was all exposed. Now with these new end caps that they have for this light, it's going to hide all that cabling and have a really nice clean finish look to their lighting system. But they are definitely going to add a nice clean look, nice finished look to the light overall. These brackets are the ones that came with the fixture, and this one came in the packaging with the end cap, the finish end cap. So I'm wondering if there is a difference or if there's something that I'm missing, but they look like they're the same. I want to check them out real quick just to make sure. Oh, there's some extra holes in there, so that's something to keep eyes on. So this is a different bracket for these new end caps, so I'm going to hold off. Yep, they need to be replaced out completely. So the difference between these two, the one that came with the old end cap and the new end cap bracket, the difference is these holes that are right down the middle, and what they're going to do for you is actually going to be the point of where that bracket screws into it and holds it together, and basically becoming a faceplate to that bracket. Once I figured out what was what, as far as putting the light together, it was pretty simple, and I took a couple of shortcuts that haven't really been shown on YouTube as far as this light is concerned. The first thing that you want to do when you are assembling the light, before you put on the end caps, is put in the hanging kit, because it's going to be extremely painful once you actually have those brackets on. It's actually impossible, because it covers up the little channel that that hanging kit slides in. As far as putting on the end brackets themselves, I found that using a drill was a little bit easier than a screwdriver, just because they're a small screw. I didn't hammer it home or anything like that. I actually was gentle with it. Once I had one end attached, then I lifted it up onto the table and put on the other side. having the light angled like this made it really easy to put on the brackets, and it kind of led me to the next step as far as putting on the faceplates themselves, which I ended up standing the light up on end completely, and it made it tremendously easier to get everything lined up properly. I did have a little bit of a struggle bus moment until I put that light up on its end and then realized how easy it was to actually attach these faceplates to the brackets themselves. As far as putting these end caps on, I found it a lot easier to stand the light fixture up once I got the braces put in, and then attach the end cap to the brace. I only used 2 screws, and what I did is I made sure that I had the power cord coming out on the same side. Most normal setups, you would definitely want to have that power cord going to the back. I'm really impressed with how clean that putting these end caps on the fixture make this light look. It's definitely, like, it's such a small thing because I do have the fixture on the frag tank without these end caps, and I've gotten, you know, kind of used to having that cord exposed and then that cable management, but it's something as simple as taking this end cap, you know, it has a couple grooved ends, it connects. It's a little difficult to put together, but like I said, standing it up on end made it a lot easier. You have a little nut on the back side, you drop that screw in, and then just use a screwdriver to tighten down on that. I actually added a little bit of stability to it overall. It still has a little bit of flex to it, but it is a very sharp looking hybrid T5 LED fixture now. So very, very happy with it. So what we're going to do at this point, which actually I think something that's important to mention, is the bulb clamps, I guess you'd call them, are different than the old fixtures, and I actually like the improvement. So they're completely metal now. The older ones were like a dipped plastic, and what I found with those is that the first time that you put lights in them, that bulb would heat up, and then eventually it was a little difficult to get that to release. But I like the fact that they don't have the dipped clamps anymore. So what we're going to do is just go ahead and pull this protective coating off the reflectors, and then we're going to go downstairs and hang this bad boy up. So I wanted to take a second and talk about the T5 lights that I went with for this fixture, and I went with the ATIs. Obviously T5s for the the fixture that it is, but the color scheme that I went with the lights was something that I thought about a long time before I actually got the lights. I went with the purple plus and the blue plus, and I'm going to be doing a set of each on both ends of this fixture. And with the Kessel lights, I think that that's going to give a really good spectrum of light and give me a color that I'm looking for with my corals, and I think that it's going to do a good balance of allowing the corals to grow and also keeping them colored up and looking really sharp. And really the research that went into this was done by Than from Tidal Gardens. It was a previous project that he was working on. It doesn't have the Tidal Gardens handle. I believe it's like Advanced Aquatics or something like that. It's a really great video that he put together, and he goes over it's all ATI bulbs, and he shows he talks briefly about each one and then shows different combinations of lighting, and then he does kind of like a little quiz so you can kind of figure out what bulbs or what mixture of bulbs are you most interested in. And I basically watched the video. Basically what I did is I tested myself and eventually came to the conclusion that, to my eye, the best combination was the purple and blue plus. And we're gonna put those on the Aquatic Life T5s. We're gonna see how the corals respond to that. Hopefully they color up pretty good or stay colored up pretty good, and we're gonna see how that works out for us. But if you guys want to check out that video, I'm going to be putting a link in the description, because I think there's a lot of great information in that video that could help out a lot of folks that are looking, digging into the T5 game and seeing how that's going to work out for them. So awesome video by Fan, and definitely recommended if you are looking to jump into the T5 game with your reef tank. And since you are awesome and have made it this far into the video, I'm going to give you a little insider tip to what I like to do with my T5 bulbs, and that is write the date of install on the bulb themselves. And what this allows me to do is have the ability to know when that light needs to be changed. I like to change my lights every 6 months. Some folks like to run them about a year, but the one drawback to T5 lighting, even though that it's awesome, is that it's very important to make sure that you change them out and have a fresh set of lights on there as often as you possibly can. So all in all, I'm very, very happy with the T5 hybrid light from Aquatic Life. I don't have the Kessel lights for it yet. Well, there's one installed there, but I haven't been using it because I don't have a tremendous amount of coral in this frag tank yet. But overall, very happy with the light. It's very easy to hang up. The hanging kit that comes with it is absolutely amazing. And the new end caps on this light really make a clean, finished looking product. There's going to be plenty of follow-up videos on this lighting system as well as the frag tank. So make sure you hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you can stay up to date every time that I upload a new video. That's going to do it for this one, guys. Thank you for joining me, and I'll see you next time right here with a brand new episode of Mad Hatter's Reef.